Hi guys, welcome. I thought I'd just get on really quickly and do a quick wild card round. I was actually going to go on members, which I am, but I wanted to jump on as well. I originally was thinking of doing a wild card round on the general channel, and then I was, then I was like, maybe I should do members, and then I was like, well, maybe you should also do general. I didn't want to leave you guys. I know some of the general readings were kind of short, and others were kind of long as well, and I just wanted to sort of jump on and do a wild card round for those who maybe had still energies coming through. And I wanted to also just talk a little bit about astrology as well, and we'll really get more in depth in that on the members section, where we typically talk at greater length about astrology, and we don't just read on the energies, which I think is also kind of cool and helpful, especially if there's some stuff going on, energetically. So, okay, let's get into it here for everyone, and we could call it like a collective, or just whatever I'm feeling. I'll sort of pull on the cards and see what just comes through, and then we'll jump in again to members, and members will be available via the button. There should be a button that says join now. It should be next to the subscribe button. Okay, and I feel like some of you have had an issue with that. You mentioned that you don't see it or something. You don't see the button to join members. Very odd. So let me grab that really quickly. Does it let me comment? Okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'll tweet the link to join members. Okay, for those of you who are having trouble with that, I'm going to do it right now. 1 second. Okay, so I've just posted that link. Okay, let's clear the energy and ground. So if you feel guided to joining in members, that will be the link. You'll be able to reach it there. Otherwise, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for your support. Ethereal Tea, oh my, you came through. The name Ethereal Tea came through in one of the readings. I don't know if you're there, but it was interesting. But anyway, a side note. And so, yeah, I think I might have to do it from the desktop. Indeed. Okay. Well, Twitter, Alchemy and you, unless I can... yeah, I don't know. The computer is somewhere. Well, actually, I can do it on the iPad as well, most likely. I can pull up the chat, and I'll put the link here as well. But yeah, you guys, like, it is the new moon in Gemini, of course. It's a yang energy new moon, which is it can feel kind of weird because the new moon is the lowest peak of energy flow, and yang energy, especially Gemini energy of all signs, is very much sort of like, we can say almost hyperactive, like very, very active mentally. And it's it's like, kind of strange, like a strange placement for it to be like at the lowest peak of energy flow. But it's not necessarily like negative or bad, it could just be something that is sort of required, interesting as well, to help you understand better like what you really value. I'm hearing that as well. Interesting. I'm not sure what that's only for everyone, but sometimes it's like when we slow down, there are things that we see more clearly. And so, okay, but we're gonna get into the reading really quickly here, and let's clear it. I'm already getting visions here. I'm saying that there are really exciting things. Like there was something very, very exciting around the bend, and maybe it is the sheer need to be patient in some way, like, to just sort of focus on what is working. I'm hearing that as well. Let's clear it around. Where did this link go? Oh, okay. So here we go. Now I'm going to enter the chat, and I'm going to add this link directly here. Let's see. It's like weird. It's like not showing the live. Yeah, it's not showing the live. Okay. Well, you guys, it is again on Twitter. If you guys are on Twitter, here we go. Okay, I got the chat, you guys. Here we go. Okay, I got the chat, you guys. Here we go. Okay, so you guys, again, thank you for tuning in. Love and light to everybody here, and let's just sort of read a little further. Any signs, just again, wild card round, and thank you all so much for tuning in. And let's see here. I'm hearing that with the Three of Swords in reverse, the Sun in reverse. There's something that it's almost as if like something has been proven or like made very clear, like almost final. And I want to talk more about this. We'll talk about this on members most likely further. Has this been the case for you? Like, let's say in the last even few weeks, like, has it been that things that you sort of figured, well, I'll have time to figure this out? Like, you get to a point with whatever that cycle is even, and you're like, actually, That's not gonna work. Like, I need to make a decision on this. I'm hearing that. 3 swords in reverse, the sun in reverse. And it's interesting because Gemini, right, so new moon in Gemini, Gemini does rule communication, and Mercury rules also, you know, the process of making decisions, we can say, and like sort of calculating different factors before you do make a decision. And Mercury is also in retrograde, and it's also in Gemini. So it's a lot of focus here that we're placing on possibly decisions with the 3 of swords in reverse, sun in reverse. And it can be things that were from the past. You're like, I have to see it for what it is now. Like, I have to see this clearly. Let's clear it. Yeah, I have to see it for what it is. I'm hearing that. I have to see it clearly. I'm hearing that again. You do have the Empress upright. You're in the 3 of swords. It may even be the kind of thing where it's like, all right, well, the cycle got to a point where I'm not appreciating what is going, like, it's become clear that that's not going to work for me, and that I need to start looking in another direction with the Empress upright. And yeah, I'm saying for Nibri, this is something you kind of put off. You're like, well, maybe I'll like figure it out like better down the line, and then it's like, I don't know. It's like, no, that's a turnoff. I'm hearing that with the sun in reverse. Yeah, Father one's in reverse. Some of you are reconsidering your ideals here. Father cups upright. Maybe you even like met someone and they really inspired you. It's like, damn, like, I want to meet someone like that. I'm here for everybody. I want to marry someone like that. I'm hearing that with the Father cups upright. Like, there's no reason why I should be dealing with the Father of Wands in reverse. I'm hearing that as well. For a number of you, yeah, mirroring that 3 of swords in reverse. Like, that's totally unacceptable. I'm hearing that as well. Like, that behavior is not, I'm hearing, because there's no place I'd rather be. I feel like, you know, also, like, the talk versus the walk is going to be made really clear at this time. Like, really clear. We can't unsee what we see, and that has been coming through for months now. Okay, with the 3 of swords in reverse. Like, I'm at that point where I want to pull the swords out. Yeah, what is making me not feel good about myself? You know? I thought that said, is this a Coachella reading? Oh, I look like I'm going to Coachella. That's so funny. Courtney says, is this a collective reading? Yeah, kind of, yeah. We can say. Magician here is in reverse, looking back at the Hermit upright. Like, there's something that maybe you were really, yeah, like, you had to be a director here, really. Like, I mean, it could be you realizing, wow, I just sit out that game, okay, completely. And I didn't really assert myself in that space. Maybe you're looking back on something that's clear, and that's okay, right? Like, if you get to a point where you're like, now I realize how much this means to me, and I want to make a decision in relation to that area of my life. With the Magician in reverse, looking at the Hermit upright, like, I'm seeing you're doing an equation here. It's very similar to the Aries energy that came through. It's like, you're kind of seeing how things, like, add up. And again, that's fine. Maybe you actually openly went into that situation, or whatever it is, thinking, well, let me see what happens. It's like, let me invest something in this space. And if it develops, wonderful. If it doesn't, then, you know, that's part of the experience of the Hermit upright. So, with the Magician in reverse, Heart Songs says, the behavior is so shady that I'm trying to see through. Maybe I'll never see the truth and just walk away. I do feel that way, honestly, with the Empress upright, because we'll say in a general way, because the Empress upright is not really about, like, thinking and, like, making sure that, like, things have been figured out, and then so that she can feel good about herself. Like, she is, like, the Empress. You know what I mean? Like, it's a birth position. It's not a, wow, like, I found this dude who's, like, a prince, and so then I'll be his princess. It's like, no. I was born a princess. I'm hearing that with the Empress, and everybody has an inner princess and inner prince, right? We'll say the divine masculine, divine feminine with the Empress, right? Everybody's, this could mean, you know, different things also for different people. Take it as you will. So, but it's like, this is not something, and I'm seeing that with the 3 swords in reverse, and the Empress, like, I don't need to also gain that, okay? I don't need to attain that. Yeah, I don't need to figure out that. I'm hearing that as well, the Empress upright. It's not something I figure out. And big sacrifices, so-called sacrifices, will be made. Some of you maybe are deciding to break up with somebody here with the Father of Wands reverse, or release something indefinitely. I want to jump into the member section. Let's jump into astrology. I really want to talk about the transits. I find that, you know, astrology and looking at astrology is really helpful. We can see what is the undertone of this experience. And so it may shed light on that, sort of what we're experiencing here at the new moon. It may shed light on what it is that may, you know, sort of come forward as well. Because, you know, if you're making it, usually, like, Mercury retrograde, which is this period now that we're in, and also the new moon, it's not really a great time for seeing things like, well, you will see it clearly, but, like, I would personally wait it out if it's something especially new, if it's a new relationship, if it's a new, you know, I would wait to make any kind of decision during a Mercury retrograde. Maybe there are things even astrologically further than that, which there are. I'll give you an example. As we speak right now, we're at Mars at 29 degrees of Cancer. So whenever a planet is moving in or out of a sign placement, not really an amazing time to be, like, kind of also I'm hearing placing blame. Interesting. Like, I'm seeing that this is more possibly a point where you are saying, let me just, like, feel what I'm feeling, okay? Let me just sort of see what does come up, and then I will release it, and then I will make my decision from there. So, you guys, let's get into those extendeds in the members, and I'll see you there.